Hi, I'm Aaron, and these are 3 things that you need to know about project size. Number 1, understanding wants versus needs. In the 1950s, the average house size was 924 square feet. Nowadays, it's about 2,400 square feet, and our family size is decreasing. One of the key things that I have to parse out with clients when I first meet them is understanding what are their wants versus what are their needs. I have to also understand where their wants are coming from. If you're looking at Instagram and Pinterest, you're likely going to be seeing luxury homes. That's primarily what people are posting as aspirational videos, and they're great to look at. But we have to understand what that's doing to us. It's feeding into this consciousness and maybe turning our wants into needs. And so as a designer, it's kind of my job to sort of parse out what are actual wants versus actual needs. And dissecting that could be a real challenge, but it's a very, very necessary endeavor. Number 2, understanding that more size, a bigger house, does not equal more happiness. I was building a house once for a couple, and they were building a very large house, 10,000 square feet, and it had a sewing room in it. And I asked the client, how long have you been sewing? And she said, well, I don't sew, but I think I'd like to try. We also have to think about stuff. Stuff, it's everywhere. We've all got it. We think we need it. But the reality is that as our stuff has increased, our need for storage has increased. So taking a really hard look with clients at stuff and what things do they need versus what things they want, it's a really hard exercise, but sometimes it's very necessary. And oftentimes we don't need to build quite so big as we think we do. Because overall, culturally, our happiness is down and we have more stuff. We should be more happy, right? Number 3, understanding costs versus multifunction. If clients often want single-use spaces, say a yoga studio, an office, and a guest room, those 3 spaces could very, very easily be single-use spaces. So 1 room for a guest room, 1 room for an office, 1 room for a yoga studio. But could they be 1 space too? If I can deliver a multifunctional and aesthetically pleasing space, clients often say yes. The challenge for me as a designer is to make that multifunctionality aesthetically pleasing and not look like we've just stuffed in 3 uses into 1 room, because that looks dumb. Of course, the idea with multifunctionality is that we can reduce costs. We can reduce build costs. Naturally, if the building is smaller, it's going to cost less to build. We can save operational costs. If the space is smaller, we need to spend less money heating and cooling. From an environmental perspective, we use less energy to heat and cool the space, and we use less material to construct the building. I hope these 3 things gave you a little more insight in the principles of sustainable design. I don't do any social media marketing, so if you've enjoyed this content, please pass it along to someone you think might enjoy it too. And if you want to work with me or submit a question for my FAQ videos, please visit albatrossdesigndraft.com. Be well.